it's Aimee here, and welcome to the 5 years of bullet journaling series, February themes. Looking back at my February themes is not all that thrilling. They are pretty similar to each other, besides the 90s/Tamagotchi theme, which made it easy to combine, but was kinda meh. My favorite is by far the 90s theme, because it was super nostalgic to make, and the Tamagotchi characters are so cute. I also loved recreating a fellow bujo's character at Coanna Art and using her stickers to create my setup last year. Not recording my line work and just showing a close-up of it will probably be a thing for all of my setups this year. It's nice to just relax and not have to worry about the best angles for the shot, and I can focus on making it nice. Usually, when I line my work, I like to use markers, but I wanted to keep going with using colored pencils to color in my doodles. It keeps everything cartoony and it gives it that old faded look. I almost went with using my Tombows, but unfortunately the fine liner for my outlines were not waterproof like microns. I believe I made that mistake last year and it smeared some of the line work, so I wanted to avoid that same mistake. It would have made adding depth to the drawing easier, but it doesn't hurt to keep things minimal either. I'm already doing full spread cover pages and would like to have the stamina to do it for the rest of the year. Keeping it simple will probably save me some energy to do so. I have a ton of scrap paper that my friend gave me for my birthday a while back, and one of the things in the bundle were these pre-cut heart shapes with abstract patterns on them. The background was too bland for my liking, so I figured these would add a nice touch. Off camera, I used a light pad to trace over my line work so that I can easily cut out where the hearts specifically needed to go, which is why I'm trying to place the hearts in the exact spot I laid out. I knew cutting them out would have taken a hot minute, so with some movie magic, the background was finished. I probably should have waited to color in the lettering until after I did the background pattern, because it was kind of hard to see now. If I did it differently, I would have made the lettering more bold, but the cover page still ended up looking good. Moving on to the next set of spreads, I went for a different approach than most of my usual spreads. I wanted to save some space in my journal, so one way that I did that is by using colored paper for the calendar and habit trackers. I plan on using them like a flip-out tab, having the content planner and study habits underneath. Cutting out the individual squares and pasting them was already a process, so I just cut that part out. I went with simple bubble lettering for the headers of each section, starting with the one for the habit tracker. I outlined all of the lettering with light-colored Lepen fineliners. While the ink was drying, I used the Tombow brush pen to color in the dates section and Lepen fineliners to outline the borders of my spreads. I erased all of the sketch marks of my lettering and colored them in with my Tombows using pastel versions of the outline for each section. Once the spreads underneath the tabs were done, it was time to paste down the sides of the tab using glue tape and then making sure the crease was nice and folded. I was too lazy to write all of the days for each habit and stuck with doing the top one only to use as a reference for the rest of them. I had these cute stickers laying around from Daiso and started to place them throughout the habit tracker and calendar. They were pretty tiny, so I needed to use my tweezers to help pick them out. I love how cute it turned out and really love this flip out tab idea. I may use it for future spreads as well because my plan is to keep all of the spreads in one bujo rather than splitting it up into a different one. I did that once and I was not a fan. Next up are my weekly spread layouts. It's a layout that I have used in the past and one of my personal favorites. I already cut out the top portion for my menus so that I can see them all no matter what week I'm in. Last year, I bought these really cute stickers from Coanna Art and made a theme based off of them. I couldn't use all of them last year, so what better way to use them all up for this year as well? I mainly used her colored ones last year to save some time, but I also wanted to showcase that she offers uncolored versions of them as well. Since those ones are untouched, it's perfect because I can use it to fill in the empty spaces for these weeklies. I already cut out my menu sections from colored paper and pasted them down at the top of the spread. Once that was done, I decorated it with Coanna stickers. Since each menu has its own color, I use that to match each weekly spread to its respective color. I then write in the days of the week with a darker version of it using simple lettering. Here you can clearly see that each week is connected to their respective color. Now, I usually don't need large sections to write my tasks down. You can see that I split the days apart, with the top section being for my tasks and the bottom part being for my memory section. Now what's left is to decorate with stickers. I flip the pages back and forth so that every week has a balanced amount of stickers. When it came to coloring in the stickers, I kinda messed up. I thought it was best to use colored pencils for them, since that's what I did for my cover page, but looking back at it, I wished I would have used markers, more specifically alcohol markers. They are cute either way, but I wanted to make them pop more. I feel like I didn't really do the stickers justice. Here is the final flip through of this month's theme. I am really happy with how it turned out. Honestly, doing this challenge has boosted my desire to create art again. Yes, they are themes I have created in the past, but doing a different spin on them just makes it all more exciting. The fact that I can look back at my progress and see the growth is enough for me to gain some confidence in myself, especially on the days where I feel like I don't deserve to call myself an artist. I may not have been consistent with using my spreads often or posting my work, but the fact that I have been at least doing art more than ever before is an achievement for me. I've looked ahead at the rest of my themes, and there will definitely be some themes that will stump me in this challenge, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope this inspires you to take on a blast from the past challenge in your own way. Also, make sure to check out Coanna Art's channel and shop in the description box if you are interested in her stickers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself, and bye for now.